Magandang araw mga ka-aerial defense, may ibabahagi na naman ako sa inyo. Dahil ngayong araw na ito ay may pag-uusapan tayo tungkol sa depensa, pangalawang bagong barkong pandigma ng Pilipinas ipinakita na. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag mo muna kalimutan mag-like, share and subscribe. Manatiling nakatutok sa aming channel para updated ka sa balitang militar at West Philippine Sea. Dalawang bagong 3,200 toneladang barkong pandigma na ginawa sa South Korea para sa Philippine Navy ang inaasahang ihahatid sa bansa sa susunod na buwan. Ang isa sa mga corvette, ang BRP Daegu Silang, ay formal na inilunsad sa Hyundai Heavy Industries Naval Shipyard sa Ulsan, South Korea kahapon. Sinabi ng South Korean Embassy sa Manila na ang event ay dinaluhan ni Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief General Romeo Bronner Jr., Philippine Navy Chief Vice Admiral Jose Maria Ambrosio Espileta, Department of National Defense Under Secretary for Acquisition and Resource Management Salvador Melchor Maison Jr., at Hyundai CEO Lee Sang-kyun. Ang bagong barkong pandigma ay pinangalanan kay Daegu Silang. Sinabi ng Korean Embassy na ang BRP Daegu Silang ay kapatid na barko ng BRP Miguel Malvar na umalis din sa Korea kahapon at inaasahang darating sa Subic Shipyard sa April 8. Ang barkong pandigma ay nilagyan ng Active Electronically Scanned Array Radar, 76mm naval gun, 35mm close-in weapon system, machine gun, anti-ship cruise missiles at vertical launch system para sa surface-to-air missiles. Sinabi ng Korean Embassy na ang dalawang corvette, na nilagyan ng anti-ship, anti-submarine at anti-aircraft capabilities, ay bahagi ng isang 28 billion pesos na kontrata sa pagitan ng DND at HHI na nilagdaan noong 2021, at ang kanilang karagdagan ay nagpapalakas sa fleet modernization efforts ng Philippine Navy. Idinagdag nito na ang milestone ay nag-highlight sa lumalalim na ugnayan ng depensa sa pagitan ng Korea at Pilipinas, na sumasalamin sa matagal ng pagkakaibigan ng dalawang bansa. Dumating na sa bansa si United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Nakatakdang mag-courtesy call si Hegseth kay Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. sa Malacanang at makipagpulong din sa kanyang Philippine counterpart na si Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro. Malugod na sinalubong ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. si U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth sa palasyo ng Malacanang. Muling binigyang diin ni U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth sa ilalim ng Trump administration ang ironclad commitment sa Pilipinas. Binigyang diin ng suporta sa Pilipinas sa laban nito sa West Philippine Sea. Lubos na nagpasalamat si Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. sa patuloy na pakikipagkaibigan nito sa Pilipinas. Sinabi ng Pangulo na ang Amerika ang kaysa isang bansa na treaty partner ng Pilipinas. Naniniwala ang Pangulo na ang greatest force for peace sa bahagi ng mundo ay ang Amerika.
Your visit to the region, and especially the fact that you have come to the Philippines as your first stop, is a very strong indication and sends a very strong message of the commitment of both our countries to continue to work together to maintain the peace in the Indo-Pacific region within the South China Sea. And I know that the work that we will do in the time that you have here, brief as it is, in the time that you have here in the Philippines will be extremely productive and very, very important for as we chart our way into the future, considering how complicated geopolitics has become.
I had a chance to speak just a few minutes ago to our president, President Trump, who sends his regards to you as well. Thinks very fondly of this great country, is very committed to the alliance that we have, to the friendship that we have, the cooperation that we have, and he and I both want to express the ironclad commitment we have to the Mutual Defense Treaty and to the partnership, economically, militarily, which our staffs have worked on diligently for weeks and weeks and months. There is a very real reason why our first trip and our first visit is here to visit you in your great country. We will be spending time meeting with you and your defense minister and your team, but also meeting with a lot of our troops that are here in a meaningful military-to-military cooperation, which we have great interest in expanding even more, where it is mutually beneficial, which is critically important. Because as we've talked about, peace through strength is a very real thing. Deterrence is necessary around the world, but specifically in this region, in your country, considering the threats from the Communist Chinese, and that friends need to stand shoulder to shoulder to deter conflict, to ensure that There's free navigation. Whether you call it the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea, we recognize that your country has stand very firm in that location and in defense of your nation.
Isinusulong ni Senate Majority Leader Francis Tolentino na magtatag ng settlement sa mga isla ng West Philippine Sea para mapalakas ang karapatan ng Pilipinas doon. Ayon kay Tolentino, target niyang makagawa ng isang batas para makapagpatayo ng sustainable human settlement sa West Philippine Sea. Ipinaliwanag ng senador na sa mga isla ng West Philippine Sea, tanging ang Island Municipality ng Kalayaan, na nasasakop ng Palawan, ang mayroong umiiral na komunidad, kaya naman dapat aniyang magtatag rin ng mga infrastruktura, suporta sa agrikultura, at populasyon sa iba pang mga isla roon. Pwedeng aniyang maglagay ng mga pasilidad para sa pangingisda at turismo doon bilang suporta sa kabuhayan ng mga ookupa sa West Philippine Sea Islands.
I look forward to having a law that would enable the Philippines, our government, to put up sustainable human settlements in the islands we claim in the West Philippine Sea. I can term that as a West Philippine Sea Settlement Act, which would provide for settlements. Because right now, ang tinitirahan lang na ilan nating kababayan sa Kalayaan lang. What about Patag? What about Lawak? What about the other islands? Na kine-claim natin na atin talaga. So, kailangan magkaroon na yan ng human settlements. We provide infrastructure, we provide agriculture, support, and we provide population. It was done before by President Magsaysay. Ang daming mga kababayan natin from the north na nilipat sa Sultan Kudarat, nilipat sa Jensan, yung Soksar dyan ngayon. Kaya makikita mo, maraming mga kababayan tayong Ilocano, nandun sila. Magkakasama na Ilonggo and Ilocano hanggang ngayon. So we can replicate that. We can have viable human settlements populated by Filipinos in the areas we're claiming right now to make it really a Philippine territory. Kasi hanggang ngayon si China gusto pang kunin yung Palawan. Kaya siguro kung magbabakasyon ka, Gretchen, consider Palawan. Para makita, although pabalik-balik ka siguro sa Palawan. Consider yung mga kababayan natin, consider Palawan as itong Easter holidays para makita natin sa buong mundo na atin talaga ang Palawan para sa Pilipinas, para sa Pilipinas.
Para sa mas madaming update tungkol sa ating depensa, paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Huwag mo na rin kalimutan mag-like, share and subscribe. Pindutin mo na rin ang bell para updated kayo sa aking mga bagong video. Maraming salamat po.